Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the live daily extra pre-Burnley at Goodison Park tonight. I need to be quick because Peter Collins has got to go to work apparently, so I've got to hurry up. So, sorry Pete. To the orifice says last time we were under lights at Goodison, it was Ancelotti's debut against Burnley. That was Boxing Day, it was a 3 o'clock kickoff. Doesn't quite qualify as under the lights. We had the lights on against Southampton, first day of the season, because of the rain. Not a night game. Last time we were under the lights, I do believe, was Leicester City in the Carabao Cup quarter-final with a full house, but there you go. Matty Liff says, hello, Dave. Fair play, Matt. Fair play. It is Burnley tonight at Goodison Park. Be a tough game. Be a tough game, as we said in the preview. But a game Everton can win. There's no question about it. Basic Trick says, oh, hi, Pig Shark, with reference to last week's AOB, of course. It's going to be a tricky one. Sean LFC says, score predictions. I'm sticking with me 2-0, Sean. I think Everton will win 2-0. I think it'll be a tight game, though. It'll be difficult. They're difficult to break down, Burnley. And Everton will have to be patient. They generally play in a low block, and you've got to be able to get in behind. Everton have been decent on the counter-attack this season, but tonight will pose a different question. And very much like what Liverpool did to Burnley the other week, get that goal, get the first goal and make them come out a little bit, and then you can maybe kill a game off. But it will be a tough game. There always is against Burnley. And they actually play Liverpool this weekend, don't they? So, is it this weekend? No, sorry, in a couple of weeks Liverpool have got Burnley away, so... No, they haven't. So what am I talking about here? We've got Arsenal, have got Burnley, because I'm thinking about Arsenal. Apologies. Burnley play Arsenal on Saturday at Turf Moor, so hopefully Everton can get the result tonight, and then Burnley can do Arsenal. There you go. Johnny Robinson missed the Southampton game, so tonight's first game since we beat Chelsea in lockdown. Can't wait. Enjoy it, Johnny. It'll be awesome. The Southampton game was brilliant. But tonight, under the lights, great opportunity for Everton to continue a decent start we've had this season. So hopefully Everton can do it. Lenny says, was it? Yeah, it was Lenny. I was just clutching at the game before Carlo. I was trying to think if Carlo had the night game. Yeah, absolutely right.
Tuesday night,
it was the 2-2 with Newcastle, which I have tried to eradicate from my memory, and that's why I'm still talking about the Leicester game in the Cup, which was also 2-2. But yeah, that Newcastle game, oh my God, that was grim. And then we beat Watford away, of course, a couple of days later, being 2-0 down and winning 3-2. So, Everton Fan TV says, hi Baz, are you going the game tonight? Where you sitting? Hello, Everton Fan TV. It is Toffee TV here. I am going, and I'm in the Upper Bullens, where my season ticket is, and I can't wait. Chris Burns predicting 2-1 either way, hopefully in Everton's favour, of course. Dan Boy says, tough game tonight, Baz. If we can keep a clean sheet, I think we will win. To the orifice says, I truly thought Ancelotti's debut was a night game. Guess I misremembered. Yeah, it was Boxing Day, mate, but I mean, it was dark. Obviously, December goes dark about 3:30, doesn't it? But it was a 3 o'clock kickoff that day. Chen La says, last home game before I go back to uni. I just know it's going to be a crap. No, Chen La, I'm not even finishing your sentence. No negativities. Stephen Jones says, your choice of 2 centre-backs out the 4. Godfrey and Mina, 100 times out of 100 for me. That would be the 2 that I would go with. I understand why he might play Michael Keane tonight, but I would go with Godfrey and Mina. They're my first choice partnership, definitely, for Everton tonight. Everton Fan TV's and Upper Gladders, he's going for 4-0 to Everton. Be incredible if that was the case. Lenny Barrett says, you expect to see Hammers in the squad? Do I? I personally would have him on the bench if it was me. Do I expect it? I don't know. I don't know, because it depends what his level is in training. It depends what Rafa's thinking of. But I would have him on the bench. Got 9 subs. Why would you not have James Rodriguez as one of them? But we'll have to see. Obviously, we'll know it at 7 o'clock, won't we? Joe Briggs says Twitter saying James isn't in the squad. Twitter did also say the other day that James was self-isolating for 2 weeks, which was untrue. I'm not saying he is in the squad. I'm just saying you can't always believe everything Twitter says. Adam says, hi lads, I think we should rest Coleman tonight. I'm confident in Kenny against the likes of Burnley, and we should be using games like these to rest Coleman. I think if Coleman's fit, the manager will play him. John Joe Kenny, I don't know. Don't know with John Joe. I can't make my mind up. I really can't make my mind up. Reese says, hello Baz, would you rather have a team of Godfreys or a team of Richies? I've a team of Godfreys got the facilities to score goals, where we know a team of Richies has. I'm gonna go for a team of Richies. Ned's gone for a team of Godfreys, which is fine. I love Godfrey, but on this occasion, I want goals in my team. Stephen Evans is just about to go for a few warm-up pints. Fair play, mate. Enjoy them. Stephen Lee's gone for enjoy. John Lavelle says, first match back since the Carabao Cup against Leicester. Goodison under the lights. Come on, you Blues. Definitely. Everton fan TV, Ancelotti's first game. We know it was against Burnley on Boxing Day. Dominic Calvert-Lewin header in the 81st minute, I think it was. Give Everton the win. To the orifice, I wanted us to go after Cornet like a couple of years ago. Tricky, left-footed winger, versatile. Decent, yeah, but a lot of clubs have looked at him and have opted against him. Burnley have took a chance on him. He is a good player. So we'll see. Dan Boy says, I think Godfrey will play at right back to deal with McNeil. With Keane and Mina in the middle with the aerial threat. Yeah, could be it, Dan. Joe Briggs says accurate source. Fair enough, Joe. Fair. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying, you know, Twitter can be a bit of a minefield, really. It was wrong all the way through the summer, wasn't it? With all of these players, we were getting and who we were after, and we had positive talk with this person and that person. So you'd have to just go. We'll see what happens. Victor Dest says, why is Gordon not playing? Surely he'll do better than Townsend. Because Townsend's been very good so far. So why would Gordon play? Bruce J says 4-2 to the Blues tonight. Fair enough. Adam Prentice says 7-0 takes us top. Fair play. Jordan's asked, do I do fancy Premier League? No, mate, I don't do it. I play Ultimate Fan, which is the game that we have. That's about as much fantasy football as I do. And I need Richarlison to score a couple tonight to get me some points. Dan Boy says, all of this talk of the Leicester game in the Cup is making me miss Leighton. What a player he was. Yeah, he was fantastic. Steve says, been following a couple of YouTube channels on Bramley-Moore.co going well. Yeah, we'll have an update on that sooner rather than later with some drone footage, which is good. Reece has gone for an 8-0 win to put us top. If Everton win the game, it's been an excellent start of the season. If Everton could win, they'd have as many points as Liverpool, Manchester United and Chelsea, which is really good. Put Everton into the top 4 and all of that stuff, which we know it looks nice, but we know it's a long season. But it'd just be a really positive start, wouldn't it, if Everton could win tonight and then put us in good stead going to Aston Villa on Saturday, which is a very, very, very tough game. But if Everton go there having won tonight, I think they'd be quite confident they could get a result. So, big game tonight. A different challenge, like I said. The 3 teams we've played so far this season have all been open teams attacking us, and we were able to pick them off. This will be a different challenge. Aaron Badley says, afternoon, Baz, hope you're good. Yes, I'm fine, thanks, mate. I've started a new job today after 9 years in the old one. New job feels amazing, and hopefully getting Everton win to back up a good day. Excellent, Aaron. Good luck. Congratulations on getting it. Good luck. in it, and I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Brilliant. And if Everton win today, what a lovely way to finish a good day for you off. And hopefully you are in bed tonight smiling after a great day at work and a great Everton victory. We'd all be delighted if that is the case tonight. No doubt about that. Kevin says, afternoon, Baz. Hello, Kevin. Victor Des says, will Branthwaite, Onyango and Sims get games this season? I'm sure they'll get games. Whether the games for Everton, I don't know. Ellis Sims is only just training again now. So we'll have to see what he does. I think he'll go out on loan, to be honest. Onyango, I think they're keen to get him in the first team squad again. And Jared Branthwaite's about impressing in training, isn't it? Nordic says we should win tonight, no probs, but that makes me nervous as I've been here before. I wouldn't say no probs. Burnley are a tough team to play against. If Everton play to the best of their ability, their top level, they'll win. But it's Burnley are a tough side, so Dan Boy says 5-0 takes us top. Okay. We have +4 and United have +8. Peter Collins says need to play a long game tonight to navigate the Burnley block. Get the ball on DC and Richie's heads. Okay. Victor says, do you rate Kyle John? Because we gave him a 2-year deal. Well, he gave him a new deal. A, because he had a bad injury last season, missed a lot of football. And therefore, getting him on a contract means you retain some value in him. Get him on loan. If he does well, see if you can tempt someone to come in with a bid for him. That's kind of what they do. It's what they've done with Nathan Broadhead. And try to get him out on loan, see if he does all right, and then hopefully sell him. Maybe that's what they're thinking of with Kyle. Jordan says, feels like deja vu from last season. Win tonight, we lose the next 3. Okay. Basic Trick says, I have 2 J Ramseys from Villa in my ultimate team squad. Should I put them both in with Tom Cleverley? It's up to you. It's up to you. It's a tough call. You maybe, 2 Ramseys. Tough call. Truthy says, some people are a little overconfident with Sean Dyche's Burnley tonight. Without having seen the lineups, need I remind you, it's Sean Dyche's Burnley. Yeah, it's a real tough one, without a shadow of a doubt. June says, very tough game tonight. Need to keep McNeil quiet. Win would be great. And Philip for the Aston Villa game. Long live the Revolution. Cheers, June. Jack Sharp, what a name, says, can see our pace winning a lot of free kicks today. So really have to hope our deliveries is on point. Rob says, I don't care what the score is, just an Everton win. David Sullivan says, big match in my family tonight. One of my brother-in-laws a Burnley fan, and I'll never hear the end of it if they win. Please win, lads, and save me the earache. FIFA Pro says 3-1 today, Everton win. Dan Boy says, Baz, you see the Wolves striker saying Mina has been his toughest opponent in the Prem. I personally think he's one of our best players, and I'm far more comfortable when he's in the side. Yerry Mina's our best defender, end of story. Ben Godfrey has got the potential to be the best defender if he continues doing what he did last season. But Yerry Mina is the best defender Everton have. George Jones says Benitez did well against Burnley with Newcastle. Marvin Bokai says, is Calvert-Lewin injured? Well, he's training. He's been training. He's carrying a toe injury, but he's played the opening 3 games with it. So I imagine he will start tonight, but that's just based on the fact he's played so far and he's been in training. Max Richardson says, thoughts on Iwobi and could he start tonight? Well, he could start tonight. Will he? I don't know. I don't know whether he'll go for Townsend and Gray. But Iwobi's done well, so who knows? Victor says, what happened to Toffee picks? He changed the game, mate, to Ultimate Fan now, which is, a cross between fantasy football and FIFA Ultimate Team. It's free to play. So get involved with that. Sorry, Nedwa. You can win prizes. Neds, weekly prizes. The prize pot's normally about £8,500, so get involved. Lee Dyke said if we're not ahead by the 80th minute, we could have 4-4-2 with Rondon and Dom bullying them up top. Sounds mad. Yeah. Kieran says, first game that will show if we've got to grips with defending set pieces tonight. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. Don't be putting that in me mind. Reece says, I was watching the Leeds game back the other day, and Mina didn't half get into Bamford's head. Imagine him being a nightmare for strike. Yeah, he's a nuisance, Mina, because he starts all that chat, tries to take the mind off the game. John Jones says, get it won, lads, then we can be top after Norwich. Okay. FIFA Pro 3-1 to Everton, what do you think? Yeah, could easily be. Could easily be a 3-1, defo. Chris Byrne says, on a side note, I live in Nottingham, so just to see some live football, I went to watch Forest play. My God, that team are a shambles. What a club as well, Forest are. Thought they'd do all right. Thought Chris Hughton had organised them, but they're not having a good time, are they? Josh says, Mina and Keane at centre-back for me tonight, even though Keane has been poor. We need two big centre-backs against Burnley to out-battle their front two, because, you know, they always play two big donkeys. Keane played against them last season, didn't he? At home, knowing the 2-1, wasn't great. Steve P says, in my opinion, if you're not in or around the first team by the age of 19, 20, you're not going to make it with the club. I watched the under-23s the other day and only two look like they've got a chance, are Welsh and Dobbin. They're two who the club really rate as well, to be fair. Sol says, I like Iwobi coming off the bench. He's offered a creative spark this season, which a lot of our bench normally hasn't. Victor says, you're at the match tonight. I am, Victor. Danny says, has Ned watched 8 Mile yet?
Came across it on Netflix.
No, and he's sounding like he's not going to either. It's shocking, isn't it, Danny? Linus has gone 4-0 today. Dan Boy says, really like the look of Dobbins. They're a bit small to be our number 9. Probably move him out wide. Patrick K says, hi there. Big fan from Papua New Guinea. Hello, Patrick. Says, Burnley's block will be tough to break down. Shame about James, as he is great at switching the play and finding little pockets to exploit with passing. Truthy says, longer we go without VAR in cup games, the more players will get away with dirty offences. Cavani punching Mina in the face last season comes to mind. Nordic Sniffle says, am I imagining it, or is the way we play under Benitez similar to how we played when Big Dunk was in charge? No, very, very similar, 4-4-2, hard work and performances. But that's the best way to get the best out of these players. Making them work hard. It's the minimum you should expect. Too many managers try to be too clever, and it hasn't worked for Everton. Stephen Lee says 8 Mile, and then NMM Classic. Kieran Brownbill says, don't want Keane in the back line tonight. Wood and Barnes have had the better of him over a few good games, though we might not have the choice. Josh says, I really started following Everton this year, and I can't believe how much I love this team already. Is right, Josh. Josh 1878, a different Josh, says, James on the bench tonight can easily come on and create a goal if we need one. Who knows? It's up to Benitez. Some early reports saying he's not on the bench, but I don't know. Kevin Kraft says Ned has still got to watch Once Upon a Time in America as well. Yeah. Stuart Tilling says, hey Baz. Hello, Stuart. Joel says, I really want to come up for a game soon. It's hard to get tickets.
You'll be all right now with this season ticket resale. They're not going to sell out as early. The Burnley one's not even sold out tonight, and it's a Monday night game under the lights. Saying that it is on Sky, but no, you'll be all right getting tickets this season.
There you go. Billy McKelvey says, hi Baz, love Toffee TV. Just wondering if you guys have ever seen my cover of Z Cars on my channel. No, Billy. Well, I don't think, not knowingly anyway. So let us know where it is. Stephen Lee says, Baz, have you seen Manifest yet? Just been renewed for season 4. No. What's it about, Steve? James says, I've been waiting on the phone for 2.5 hours after not receiving my ticket confirmation email or allowing it to go in my wallet. That's not good. Reece says, you reckon we'll sell Tom Davies next year? Possibly, if he doesn't really do anything this year. It's up to Tom, isn't it, to try and force his way in and stay in. June wants Godfrey at right back to do a man-to-man marking job on McNeil. Stop the supply. Yeah, decent shout. Steve P says, everyone thought we were going to be ultra defensive under Rafa, but in my opinion, this is the only time we've looked like an actual team with actual patterns of play. We look fitter than ever. It's looking good so far. It's obviously very early, and we do have to stress that. But so far, it's been a positive start. Tonight we'll ask further questions, won't it? Different types of questions. If Everton can overcome the threat that these offer tonight, then people can start feeling a little bit more secure, knowing that, you know, the players are buying into what the manager wants them to do. Stephen Jones says, my man of the season for Everton, and someone no one mentions, is Paco. His rockets up the players' arses on fitness with all the players has been a big part of our promising start. May it long continue throughout the season. Fair shout, Stephen. Fair shout indeed. Thomas Regan says, all right, Baz. Hello, Tom. Are you okay? Hope you are. Stuart Tilling says, hey, Baz, who do you think will be on the wings tonight? I play Townsend to cover McNeil. Yeah, for me, it'll be Townsend and Gray will be in the two wide areas. I think it'll be a 4-4-1-1. The Richarlison will be just off Dom, and it'll be Allen and Decore. If everyone's fit, that's the team. That's the midfield and forwards I think he'll start. Billy's pasted the link, but I can't see it. Okay, can't wait for tonight. Danny says Arsenal at Goodison will be the best game to get to this year. Okay. 2D says, will it be Baz and Ped discussing yeah, me and Ped will be doing the final word tomorrow. Jason Sharp says, if Coleman is out, who would you pick to replace him, Baz? For me, Kenny would be my last choice. Just don't think he's up to it. I think if Coleman is out, I think it'll be Arteta or Godfrey. Arteta, because I'm reading Arteta. It'd be Holgate, because I'm reading here. Imagine if we got Arteta from Reece Coleman. It'd be Holgate or Godfrey. God, I've had a mare on this today.
There's no
I think I need me lunch. Stop it, or I will throw something at you. It'll be Holgate or Godfrey, I think. But who knows? He seems to be pretty confident that it would be Seamus Coleman tonight in his press conference the other day, so we'll have to see. John Jones says, need to get some points in the bank before it gets very tough later in the year. Needs 60 points this season and 60 goals. Yeah. Kev says, Manifest is a supernatural TV drama which centres on the passengers and crew on a commercial airliner who suddenly reappear after being presumed dead. Sounds a little bit freaky. Kev says it's nonsense. Okay. Jamie Ryder says, what are our stats on the Monday night games? I'm not even going to look at them, Jamie. If it says we're terrible, I'll be down. If it says we're amazing, I'll be nervous. So I'm just not going to look at them. Stacey, oh no, I'm going. Flight this is about Manifest. The flight takes off, lands 5.5 years later, and the world has moved on. Passengers on the plane think it was a normal flight, binge-worthy. Interesting, okay. Tim Bottiker says, I'm an Everton fan watching from New Zealand. I think we're very thin at right and left back. I hope we manage this. It worries me from the other side of the world. I think we're probably better to cope with the right back than the left back. But we are a little bit thin. No one can deny that. That's all, Tim. Hope you're well anyway. Archie says, I could see Rondon playing with Dom, with Richie and Gray on the wings to match. No. I mean, he could. That'd be very, very attacking for me. I could see it ending maybe like that. But I don't think he'd start like that. I might be wrong. Getting mixed reviews, Manifest. Definitely is. Dan Boy says, Arteta, the right back pass, proper Koeman move that. Yeah. I think I need some lunch. I think I'm just going, oh, yeah. Coleman pictured at the Hilton getting off the coach today. Yeah, he's in the squad. Think Rafa may go 3 at the back if Seamus is out, says Chris. Josh says, does financial fair play still play a part in transfers in January, or was it just the summer? No, January as well, but Everton are in a healthier position than we were in the summer. John says, how do Ped and the guys get through so many movies? I got Netflix last month and I've only got through one series. Because they watch them all in the middle of the night, mate, for about 4 hours every night. Mad. Occam's Blunderbuss says, drop Richarlison. He offers nothing and play with 2 wrecking balls up top. No, Richarlison's one of our best players. Murph says, Manifest is like a B movie full of ham actors. Watch Startup, that's a boss one. I'm on Startup, I'm on Series 3 of Startup. It is good. Ronald Dacey and all that, I'm all day with that. That is good, I do like Startup. John Jones says, get some nuts, Baz. You're not the same when you're a hungry, Baz. No, I know. I definitely do need to eat something in a minute, without a shadow. Chris Werby says, never know. Rafa might stick Hammers at right back. Nah, he doesn't. He doesn't run enough to be right back. Steve P says, Kabam was originally a right back. Was he? Seen him play centre back, and I've seen him obviously in midfield.
Played there in France, but only.
Yeah.
Played there as young.
Reece Beatty says, what do you think he'll do with Hammers? Do you think he'll get any minutes tonight? I honestly don't know, mate. I don't know. Apparently, someone said, a source has said he's not in the squad tonight, so who knows? Hoping I make series soon for... Yeah, Murph, it'd be good if they do make another one. Jason says, seen reports yesterday, Hammers is on 250 grand a week. I think it's a bit less. It's more than 200 grand a week. I think it's a bit less than 250. Ockham says, I don't remember the last time Richie had a good game. No, but the thing with Richarlison is he's always likely to do something. Southampton, he scores that goal that turns the game. He's always likely to do something in a game. I think he'll be good tonight. And he's had a little bit of a rest as well, hasn't he? Danny says, what would you do if someone gave you an Orange Club and a Mint Club wrap? I'd be absolutely fuming. Reece says, what would be your usual order in a cafe? I don't really go to cafes, mate. But if I had to choose, maybe egg and bacon on toast. If I had to choose something. But I'd only want a little piece of bacon. Tim Botica says, I love Richarlison, but it's fair to say he's been inconsistent. Would you sell him to PSG? I would never, ever sell Richarlison if he wanted to stay, because they're very difficult to get those type of players. He's a match winner. And trust me, once he goes, we'll all be gutted that he's gone. If a bid come in for 80 odd million and he wanted to go, then yeah, you sell him and you reinvest. And you get someone like Luis Diaz, who Everton did try to get. But I wouldn't willingly sell Richarlison if he wanted to stay. Iwobinio in the flesh later, what a treat, says Dan Boy. Stephen Lee says, will these COVID checks still be in place for games, as BBC website saying no vaccine passport? Yeah, I think they will. And the Premier League is still apparently discussing a COVID passport to get in games. You know, a vaccine passport to get in the games. Just that's the BBC talking about making it statutory. But the Premier League can you know, put it as part of what they want in place. So we'll have to see what happens. Reece says, I think Richarlison's a great player, but we could do with the money if he was sold. Loyal Toffee says, we need to stop being so negative. We are playing the best footballs in the past 4 seasons. All the players look ignited. Stop being paranoid about the slim squad. Benitez will figure it out. Well said. John Jones says, we never paid the fee for Hammers, so 24 million is okay because he'd cost 24 million. Merv says, Richie has scored and created goals this season already. What more do people want? Don't know. Steve P says, no wonder we couldn't spend any money if we're paying Hammers $1 million a month. Not hard to see why Porto didn't want him. I love Richie. He's a boss player. Love Watson play, says Kevin. John Jones says, Fruit Club #1, am I the only one? John Jones also says, James can't get into Everton's team, you couldn't make it up. Well, because he hasn't done enough to get an Everton's team so far. Gets his head down and works hard, he'll be in Everton's team. He's got the ability. I don't think anybody would doubt his ability. Reece says, I think we need Europe this season to make Richie want to stay. Mr. Dorf says, Richarlison has only had one poor season, and that was last season. He's been our best player. Celtic Vape says, I wish I had a job on 12 million a year, swan off to beat that and turn into work. Well, you would if you'd done your job incredibly for years, though, wouldn't you? Fabian says, where do you sit at the game? Upper Bullens, mate. Right on the halfway line. Dosbick says, hi, Baz, hope you well. I think we can beat Burnley tonight. I'm optimistic. Chris Werby says, this is the most I've enjoyed watching Everton in years. Just great seeing players being brave and not afraid to run with the ball. Jason says, Richarlison will be good tonight. He thrives on the crowd. And Travis says, Gray is our best player currently. Right, final refresh on Patreon. See if there's any comments there. Richie Dean says, hi Baz, you and I have the same view on most things. So do you think Rafa can get a tune out of James with his tough line of shape up or go? I think if James wants it, absolutely he can. James Rodriguez is an incredible footballer. He is. His vision, his touch is brilliant, the way he manipulates the ball. And if you've got runners either side, he could be devastating. But if he's not prepared to do the work that everybody else is doing, then he's not going to play, because it's unfair on the rest of your squad. If he's prepared to get his head down and work, then he has to play. He's an incredible footballer. But just going, you're in, mate, because you're James Rodriguez, you don't have to do anything like Carlo did with him. It's not going to work, Richie. But I think if he wants to do it at Everton, he'll definitely do it. And Benitez will defo get a thing out of him, a game out of him, no problem. Player of the season, Gray, Alan or Decore, absolutely. Stephen Lee is Ped going with me. Me and Ped don't go to match together. He sits in the street end. Richard Keys reckons he's heard Everton owners want out, looking for a buyer in his blog. Yeah, that is. I'm not having that. I'll be texting Richard Keys because I ain't having that. Joel Malone says Richarlison has played really well this season, considering he hasn't had a break. People judging him on how many points he's got. Them. And Ockham says, would it be fair to say the only position James could play is a false nine or a free role behind Dom? In the way the team is playing, that's probably the way where you'd play him. But Everton could play a 4-2-1-3 and have him just ahead of Decore and Alan, and then have Gray and Richarlison wide with Dom through the middle. Definitely. Right, that is us. We are done. I'm going. I've got stuff to do, and then it's off to the match. So thank you, everybody who's joined us. Hit the like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe to Patreon if you want. You get live shows every day. So thanks for that if you're going to do that. Otherwise, have a great day. Enjoy the game. Subscribe if you haven't, and we will see you later. Take it easy. Bye.